Alright guys, what's up? It is your boy, the Texas Gamer here, and welcome back to another LSPDFR video. Let me get in here and turn this siren off real quick. So, we are already having a traffic stop. I can't seem to
Piece of crap.
there we go. I can't seem to have been able to arrest her, so let's go ahead and get a tow of this vehicle, as well as a coroner unit. Today we are checking out the Blaine County, we're in the sheriff office in Blaine County, so we're gonna mainly patrol Blaine County and all of that. So let's fix our vehicle options and then fix. Yeah, we had a nice little scuff going on, so yeah. So yeah. So look, of course, yeah, I smacked him in the face with a handgun, so yeah, that makes sense. I believe the vehicle, yep, there, over there. So let's go ahead. It was killed by an explosion. Jesus. There we go. Alright, let's let dispatch know we are 10-8. Dispatch, show us 10-8.
Acknowledged. 1 Lincoln 18. Proceed to patrol area.
Alright. So we're gonna mainly be patrolling Sandy Shores and that surrounding area and all of that. We might even patrol some of the highway. And this vehicle is falling extremely close to that police officer, so I'm going to go ahead and pull him over. Alright, we're already getting a failure to yield. Alright. Dispatch, show me on a traffic stop.
10-4, 1 Lincoln 18. Approach with caution.
Alright. Actually, let's go ahead and let's run the vehicle. Dispatch, can we get a vehicle check?
Target vehicle license plate 62 Tom Adam 323. Target is 10-4.
Alrighty, so we are good to go. We'll mainly get for following, let them know they're following too closely to that vehicle and all that. Hello, oh, you are nervous and sweating. That's fine. We're in the desert. Alright, can I get your license, registration, and proof of insurance? Alright, Lear Johnny, Prairie, and everything seems to match. Alright, Mr. Leor. I am Sheriff Pineo with the San Andreas Sheriff Department. Do you know why I've stopped you today? No, that is not right. So where are you heading to? To the store. Where are you coming from? your friend's house. Alright. Why do you seem so nervous? You can't afford another ticket. I mean, I get that. Alright, let's do vehicle operations. And we want following too closely. There we go, following too closely. The reason I put you over is because you're following too closely. Are you aware that you were doing that? No, you weren't aware. Also, you failed to yield. You ain't got nothing to say. Are you aware that you failed to yield? You didn't notice. Alright. Well, have you been drinking at all today? Alright. Have any moved drugs lately? Yes. Do you have any drugs in your vehicle? What kind of drugs do you have in your vehicle? Nothing. Alright. Alright, sir. Can I have you step out of your vehicle? He did admit to doing that, so let's see, can we detain him?
Wait up!
Alright. I'll put him under.
You ain't never getting out
Let's
of prison.
put him in detain him. Let's go and detain him. And then let's pat him down. See if he has anything on him. A baggie of cocaine, a few tablets in a plastic container. Cocaine. He is going to be in possession of a controlled substance. So already we had him we were just asking him questions, and he did have an admission of guilt. So with that, we basically ordered him out of the vehicle, and then we pat him down, of course, and found that on him. So now we're going to also search the vehicle to see if he has anything else on him. All right, let's move him over to the dirt. Alright, let's release him, and let's kneel you down, that way. Alright, so he already has cocaine on him. Let's search the vehicle, see if there's anything in here. And a sniper rifle, and a machete. Okay, so no more drugs. We're going to let this vehicle pass. They're passing awfully close to my patrol car. Don't like that. Let's get back in. Alright, let's see. Leora Johnny, do you have a gun permit? No, you don't. So already you have possession of a firearm. Let me see, where is possession at? Firearms, possession of a firearm. Not a stolen firearm. He just has possession of a firearm. Basically, he doesn't have basically unlawful transport of firearm. It wasn't concealed. He was transporting the firearm, and illegal possession of a automatic weapon is, I think, should be enough. All right, and then let's go to the schedule 1. He had cocaine, which actually is schedule 2. He also, we're going to go ahead and give him some traffic charges. He was following too closely, which I think is, he wasn't, he was attempting to flee. Hey, Leo, he was attempting to flee, Leo. Let's see here. Fleeing or attempt to elude Leo because he wasn't, he was failure to yield. Alright, let's see. Alright, believe that's all for him. So he's going to also get some traffic citations. Failure to yield, which is the which is to pull over, and also public violations. Let's see, is there anything for actually vehicle operation, right? More likely following too closely to the police officer, and that will be his citations. All right, so we're also going to go test the pills, even though he already is going to be going to jail with the firearm and the cocaine. Let's see. Let's check the weapon serial first. See if it comes back to him. Sniper rifle. Does it come? Who does it come back to? Kate Andrews. So it's possession of a stolen weapon. So even more charges being added to him. Let's do the narcotics field test. A sniper rifle. Let's see. Is it? I'm thinking it's MDMA or ecstasy. Nope, not ecstasy. Is it LSD? Not LSD. Is it fentanyl? It is fentanyl. So possession of fentanyl and possession of a stolen weapon. So even more charges for Mr. Leor, or Mr. Mr. Leor Johnny is going to get a few more charges to him. Possession of fentanyl is a crime. Possession of fentanyl is a felony. And then a possession of stolen property, possession of a stolen weapon. Let's also go to weapons as well. Weapons. Possession of a stolen firearm. So that is all of the charges that Mr. Leor is going to receive. So he doesn't have a gun permit or gun license, so he already has unlawful transport of a firearm. He has felony possession of a stolen weapon, felony possession of a stolen firearm, possession of fentanyl, possession of cocaine, illegal possession of automatic weapon, following too closely, failure to yield for the citations. So Mr. Leor, it is not a good day for you. Let's go ahead and call a tow truck for a... So he's going to be getting 2 tickets totaling $720. Let's go ahead and tow this prairie away. And get him up. Drug swabbing him and breathalyzing him is the last of his worries. So we're gonna go ahead and call police transport for him. Hop in our vehicle. Oh wow. Anyway, so Mr. Lior is facing some quite a bit of jail time, more or less. I believe at least 5 years. His vehicle's getting towed, and all of that. So, yep. All right, we can go let dispatch know we are 10-8. Dispatch, show us 10-8.
Acknowledged. 1 Lincoln 18. Proceed to patrol area.
All right, so let's go ahead and head to the next call. All right, so we are currently code 3 to a pursuit of a Grand Theft Auto. So we're trying to make way to it as quickly as possible. We should be able to see it soon. No, don't get in my way. I think it's probably over here. Nope, it's right here. Alright. So here is the Grand Theft Auto. It's basically a stolen vehicle. Someone stole a vehicle. Dispatch, can we get some backup over here?
Backup needed on Sonora Freeway.
Dispatch, we got eyes. We're in pursuit.
Oh, he is choosing to exit. Oh, one to go off-road. Oh, almost. Oh, he has crashed into my unit. He has now crashed into a guardrail. Oh. Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Police, let's see some hands up. Dispatch, suspect is on foot. Keep it up. Nowhere to go. Fun's over, buddy.
All right, dispatch. Let's go ahead. Let dispatch. We have one in custody.
Assistance needed and we're on alternate wind farm.
Baggie of heroin they have on them. Dispatch, we have one in custody.
Backup needed in
I don't need backup,
alternate wind farm.
but okay. Let me turn off the
David Charles 12, copy.
All right, let's see. So we got them for so let's get a ped check. Lindsay Bleacher. All right, let's search the vehicle, but more like we're not going to give her with anything that's on her. Several pounds of meth and several pounds of marijuana as well as heroin. Oh my word. Alright, let's go ahead and get this vehicle towed out of here.
Assistance required in
And let's
we're on alternate wind farm.
get Miss Lindsay
Assistance required in we're on
out of here.
I got you.
Alright, let's also go ahead and give charges to Miss Lindsay. So, first things is first, we're going to give her reckless driving as well as fleeing, as well as these two right here, as she was involved in a pursuit. We're also going to give her possession of a stolen vehicle as well as Grand Theft Auto. We're also going to give her possession of heroin. She had possession of marijuana and possession of, I believe it was cocaine. So that is all of her Mrs. Lindsay's charges. So she is facing quite a bit of time in jail. So yeah. I thought I'd turn my siren off. Alright, let's go ahead and try not to run Baby over. Oh wait, that's a deer. No deer. Alrighty, so it is about time for us to end the video off, but before we do, let's take a look at all the court cases for today. So first things first, Mr. Leor Johnny, at the beginning of the video, was following a vehicle too closely, and we also found that he had possession of cocaine. And let's see, he fleeing or attempting to elude a LEO. He had received, for the first charge, he had 3 felonies and 1 misdemeanor, which was unlawful transport of a firearm. Everything was guilty for this court case. First outcome, total fine is $2,251 and 10 years in prison. For the first one was a fleeing or attempting to elude an LEO, which is me. License suspended, fined $527. License suspended for 12 months and fined and receives 5 years in prison. Possession of cocaine, 1 year in prison, receives $769 fine. At $839 fine for automatic illegal possession of an automatic weapon, 4 years in prison. And unlawful transport of a firearm, $142 fine, granted probation. However, that is not all for Mr. Johnny. He also received failure to yield. Following too close, he was not guilty. He didn't receive a charge, but failure to yield was fined $271. Possession of a stolen weapon, possession of fentanyl, and possession of a stolen firearm, 12 years in prison. So not only did he receive the 10 years for the drug charges, but also 12 years for these charges. 5 years for fentanyl, 3 years for the firearm, 4 years for weapon. So 12 years on top of 10 years. So he's going to be in jail for 22 years and receiving a hefty fine, probably nearly $10,000 in total fines. $2,721 for the stolen sniper rifle, 4 years in prison. Fined $977, 5 years in prison for possession of fentanyl. And possession of a stolen firearm, fined $501, 3 years in prison for Mr. Johnny. And then, for Lindsay Bleacher, our Miss GTA, 12 years in prison, fined $4,909. Oh lordy, she had a lot. So first things first, she got reckless driving, fined $1,506, license suspended for 9 months, granted probation. Fleeing or attempting to elude an LEO, license suspended for 10 months, 3 years in prison. Fine $805. Eluding an LE law enforcement officer. Fined $730. License suspended for 20 months, 2 years in prison. Possession of a stolen vehicle. Fined $572. Granted probation. Possession of heroin. Fined $544. Received a year in prison. Possession of cocaine. Fined $807. 3 years in prison. Possession of methamphetamine. Fined $746. Received 2 years in prison. She is 21 years old and receiving 12 years in prison and will not get out of prison, and then receiving a hefty fine. So that is going to do it for me today. If you want to see more LSPDFR content on the channel, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one.